Breaking news, Nigerians. President Tinubu has asked a federal judge in the United States to direct Chicago State University to give only its university certificate to the former Vice President Atiku Abubakar. Tinubu, through his lawyers on Monday, asked Judge Nancy Maldonado to block all other details, especially the gender and admission records, among others, of the person who owns the certificate from being disclosed. Niger News understands that the identity of who was admitted into Chicago State University in the 1970s has been controversial after the Chicago State University transcripts emerged that indicated the school admitted a female Bola Tinubu from Southwest College, Chicago in 1977. Recall that Tinubu, through his lawyers, had asked Ms. Maldonado to delay the order of Judge Jeffrey Glibert, a magistrate that ordered the university to release his academic records to Atiku. Tinubu asked the judge to save him from the suffering severe and irreparable damage by placing an emergency hold on a recent order for his university records to be released. According to the president, the damage he would suffer would be impossible to mitigate if the order directing the release of his academic records to Atiku is not delayed for possible vacation. There is harm in allowing discovering on issues and documents outside the diploma, Tinubu's lawyer said in their full briefing to the court seeking a review of Judge Jeffrey's order by Ms. Maldonado, a district judge. So, what else do you want to know now? So that means the person who actually graduated from that school was not a male. Why is it blocking the school not to release the gender of the person? So there is something more to this. There is something more to this. You understand? There is something more to this Tinubu academic records and all that. This is embarrassing. This is really very, very embarrassing. If you know you actually graduated from the school and you were the person that graduated from the school, why not just release, the academic records to them? Then they should just release the results. They should not release whether a man or woman, a male or female, Abi. So it's well, explained. It's well explained. In Nigeria, this is what you see. Anything goes. In Nigeria, anything goes. This is really sad. The judge of the United States District Court for the Northern District, Jeffrey Glibert, on Tuesday, disclosed reasons he ordered Chicago State University to release President Bola Tinubu academic certificates to Nigerian opposition leader Atiku Abubakar. The judge said the need to confirm the genuineness or otherwise of the certificate Tinubu submitted to the Independent National Electoral Commission outweighed Tinubu's personal concerns over its consequences. Recall that Atiku Abubakar of the People Democratic Party (PDP) had sought a subpoena to obtain Tinubu's academic records following several inconsistencies that characterized the submissions. Tinubu certified under oath to the Nigerian Electoral Office. Tinubu had fought to have his record blocked and inaccessible to Atiku, who argued he applied for the subpoena directing discovering of these credentials from Chicago State University in order to seek Tinubu's nullification of Nigeria's Supreme Court. The Tinubu said granting his opponent access to his record would intrude on his privacy rights under Family Education Privacy Rights Act, FRIPA, a U.S. law that protect academic records of students. But Judge Gilbert, in his ruling on September 19, said that Tinubu weakened his education privacy rights when he submitted a contentious certificate to run for office in 2022. He also added that the opposition candidate's election petition, in which the records he sought would be used, far outweighed Tinubu's privacy interest because he himself exposed his records to public screening by submitting a controversial diploma to INEC, knowing the political stakes of other contenders. So Gilbert said, FERAP permitted records disclosure if it is necessary to comply with a lawful issued subpoena or judiciary order. Here, the court finds that applicants' interest in obtaining intravenous records from the Chicago State University outweighed intravenous privacy rights because intervenor put his diploma at issue by submitting it to the INEC. So there is, however, a significantly heavier burden on the party requesting educational record to show that the interests in obtaining the records outweighed the privacy interest of the student, the court ruled. So the judge said Atiku satisfied the burden and met the criteria for section 1782, the status that allows the U.S. to turn over records for use in a proceeding before a foreign tribunal. So you see, we don't know how Tinubu is going to manage this, but this is not a good news at all for him. You know, telling the court not to release the gender of the person that graduated from the school is something that is really questionable. Why will Tinubu do that? You understand? Why will Tinubu do that? We want to know whether a ghost, I mean a human being finished from the school. So this is really speaking volume. Who is Bola Ahmed Tinubu? So guys, let's hear from you. Kindly share your thoughts below the comment section. Please do not forget to subscribe to the